Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, new interviews out, and a lot of weirdness as well. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
In the clutch, better tighten the pearls. Drop the cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is March 3rd, 2026. It is currently 6 p.m. from the East Coast of the United States. Hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tonight we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, and it's still not solved. And the internet has truthfully looked up and down. Some very interesting stuff that is out, though. Luke Daly and Mary Daly did a sit down interview with Brianna Whitney, rather, pardon me. Very interesting, and I want to go over that. If you have seen this or not, I've got some commentary on it. One of I have not seen the mom's interview yet, so I'm going to be watching that one live with you guys, and so it might be a shocker. We'll have to see if there is a hey, peace. Good to see you, Tina, Linda, Kim. Thank you, Miss Tina. Thank you so much for gifting so much. I really do appreciate that, Miss Tina. So good to see you, my friend. Hopefully, you guys are good. You receive that. Make sure you thank our dear Tina. Really do appreciate that, my dear Wendy. Deb, good to see you. Susan, Michelle, Ritui, Linda, Trust, Lolo, Peace. There's Sharon, Susan, Rhonda, hey Jason, Leslie, the other Tina, the other Susan, Wendy, hello everyone. Louisa, good to see you. Good to see everyone. Hey Amy. Yeah, it's crazy, and we're going to get to all of that. JLR, he's still out there pounding the pavement. God bless his soul. He's really been working hard on it, and he's been a trooper with it all. Not really a lot. There's a lot of people discouraged. There is a lot of people discouraged with this case, and I understand, but I'm just saying, don't give up hope. The Guthrie family, the last when did I day before yesterday was the last time I've spoken about the Nancy Guthrie case, and we were on with Dr. Vanna. We did a live together, and right after that, of course, Savannah Guthrie, her sister Annie, and her husband Tommaso dropped off yellow flowers at the memorial outside of their mom, Nancy Guthrie's house, who has been missing over 30 days. I want to know how you guys, what is your thoughts on this? They really looked very grief stricken. This is the first time. There had been so many rumors about Tommaso being in Italy and all that. And this is the thing. I had always said, I had never gotten confirmation that Tommaso or anybody was in Italy. That would have been very shocking to me if he was, and all of this was going on. I think they are being genuine, Tony says. Annie brought the drama again. I think she's so dramatic. Interesting. A weird guy approached JLR and said, Walter Nash, a lawyer for drug lords, knows who took. Then the sheriff showed up, went to go find him. That's all I know. Yeah. There's a lot of things that's going around right now, but I'm just I'm not convinced. Difficult to read in vertical. We have two labs going. Baby, you can come over to the other lab. Why is Savannah's husband not with her doing this? Savannah's husband has actually been pretty active, Passion Flower. He's especially in the very beginning, he was conveying a lot of messages and stuff to the public through his social media and all of that. So yeah. Hey, Miss Dolores, good to see you. Thank you so much, my friend. No, it's a sad case. No, it is. and there's just not a lot of. One second here, just give me a second. Make sure if there's anything. Nope, there's nothing going on over there. Okay, I was just making sure that nothing is going on before we get started here. They're folding up the tent. Okay. Will you do me a favor before we get started, y'all? And please hit that thumbs up button. Greatly, greatly appreciate all of you guys being here. If you would share out the live as well, would mean so much. Now, again, I want to say before we get started that nobody has been named a suspect, a person of interest at all. I do want to say what the sheriff says doesn't mean it's my opinion, but I do want to say what it is for 100% transparency. The sheriff has said that the family is cleared, even though the day before he said nobody was cleared, not even the family. And then later on that day, he said the family is cleared, comma, for now. But I do want to say that, okay? You can have absolutely whatever opinion you want. It's a free country, and you got it. You know what I mean? So I still have a lot of questions. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I still have a lot of questions, and I think I would be fake if I wasn't being honest with you guys. Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to pull it up. All right, so few things here. We're going to go over the interview with Luke Daly. This was the second house that they raided. Again, my opinion, and Luke and his mother and all of them, they say that they have absolutely nothing to do with this. Luke Daly opens up in an interview with Brianna Whitney after being detained in the Nancy Guthrie investigation. He says he is not the abductor and does not know who is involved. He explains what happened the night he was detained and with his Range Rover outside Culver's. He addresses rumors about him and his alleged girlfriend impacting his life. Okay? Y'all ready? Ooh. Hope Floats, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much for renewing your membership. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Debbie. And Lawrence, thank you so much again, honey, for gifting that pearl necklace. Really, really do appreciate you. If you receive that, make sure you give our girl, Miss Dolores, big ol' thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Very kind to me, Miss Dolores. And Jen, show some love. Aw, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. Very kind of you. Love you, Miss Jen. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Love you to pieces. Hello, Miss Kelsey. Good to see you, my dear. Okay, here we go. Let's get it started. Do I already got it pulled up? Let me see here. Oh no, that's the one with Mary. And we're gonna go to Luke first. Now, people, feel very strongly about different people in this situation. I really want to hear y'all's thoughts, though, in chat. That's what I really want to hear.
I don't see the resemblance of it looking like me, but absolutely not. I have nothing to do with this case.
Actually, hold on. There was something I wanted to show you beforehand, before we get to that. This just came out with Luke, and I want to show you this. This was him, them getting ready for the interview, the behind the footage as we began. Brianna Whitney says we began our interview with Luke Daly. Many have asked to see when he walked in and sat down. His attorney came in with him when he mic'd up and set cameras. Luke was detained and released in the Nancy Guthrie case. Just please be mindful and put in my opinion or allegedly if you have an opinion as well in chat, if you don't mind.
Hey, Luke.
How you doing?
Thank you so much. I get up, I'm just all mic'd in. So we're gonna get you all mic'd up right there as well.
Hold on, before you sit down.
Does he want?
What I make these for you? So
We gotta wait.
have
He
it
wants
under
to be
your
in here,
vest
right?
And have it pop out your collar for me, man. Okay, you better, makes it easier for me.
The best is ideal for the mic.
I'm just gonna clip this on right here for you. Here you go.
Thank you,
And you
Carol.
put it back up and have a seat.
Perfect. Chris, sorry, I know it's not ideal in the corner for you,
Sorry?
but sorry, I know that we don't have an extra chair.
No.
I understand, Jason.
Look up real quickly.
Oh, hold on a second. I just noticed. Let's see. How did he walk in?
Hey, Luke.
How you doing?
Thank you so much. I get up, I'm just all mic'd in. So we're gonna get you all mic'd up right there as well.
You know how I wanted to see him below, like his walk. That's what I wanted to see. You know what I mean? That's what I really wanted to see. I wanted to see, okay, well, they're going to show a little bit right here, maybe. This will be interesting.
You know, see, just a couple. Appreciate it.
And when we do it, you'll just look at me, just you in a chat. It's just a second.
For sure.
Everything all buttoned up here.
She must have ran her off.
Here we go. Just stare at you.
I'll take her phone.
Oh my God, sorry, I was muted. The person that is in the video, right? They are kind of big in the hips, and I don't think they're very. I think they're average height. You know what I mean? I think they're average height, and yeah. What are your thoughts? He says he is absolutely not involved. I was just trying to look right through there, though.
I want your kid. He's just showing me like when you pull up his name online. You know, it's like,
Sure, yeah.
He doesn't. One thing that is apparent, he certainly does not have a goatee right now. Doesn't have a goatee. Is he normally?
100%. Yep.
Okay, you good? Club? All right. This is a clap track. Excuse me.
Cool. Okay. Good.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Luke, you're just gonna look at me. Easy question first. I'm gonna have you say and spell your first and last name for me, just for the record.
Okay, and that's him. That was some behind the scenes. Yeah, he's freshly shaved. Is that something that he normally does? I don't know. Only people, that kind of know him would know that. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Oh, damn, I keep going to the one with Mary. 1 second, y'all. I'm so sorry. Damn. Okay, here we go. It's this one. We're going to do the one with Luke first. Here we go. Oh, let me take this down as well. Yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know. Do you guys think he's
Many people
nervous?
have believed that you are the person on the surveillance video, the abductor, the masked person. Is that you?
It's not me. I don't see the resemblance of it looking like me. But absolutely not. I have nothing to do with this case.
Nothing to do with it. Do you have any idea who is involved in the abduction?
I don't. If I did, I would happily tell FBI, police, anything. I mean, I, like everyone else, just want Nancy to come home and be safe. But that being said, I have nothing to do with this case, and that's it.
Explain to me what
He's definitely nervous, but you know, you could understand nerves. I think you could definitely understand nerves if you. I mean, people, you know, that do live streams and stuff. You know, us up here. I used to get nervous all the time. You know, probably for like the first year and a half, I was nervous every single live stream. So you know, I can understand the nerves. We'll see.
happened on the night
I haven't
you were
seen the
detained,
full thing.
where you were, you're with your car. How did that unfold in your eyes?
So I was driving home. I noticed two sheriff vehicles following me.
I will say this. I will say this. Thank you, Amy. I will say this. If law enforcement and the FBI got 2 search warrants wrong, that is going to be a big ass blunder. It truly is. It truly is going to be a big ass blunder, in my opinion. That's something that just rarely happens. It truly is. It's just something that rarely happens, let alone one time, twice. So that's something I think we need to be mindful about. And I will say, if that is the case, I'm going to be shocked. Like, because there's a thing you got to have called probable cause. And it's got to be very detailed. You know what I mean? I don't think it's him on the porch. He seems shook. Yeah. But the sheriff lied to the FBI. The guy, I don't know. I think he would. Eyebrows look bushier. I don't know. I truly.
They pulled me over at the Culver's right there. Asked me to get out of the car. Didn't tell me what it was about. So they had me cuffed in the back of a cop car, detained. I was asking, like, what am I being detained for? And they wouldn't tell me anything. They just said that the detectives would be there to talk to me. And once I saw like FBI and all the other cars start pulling in, I'm like, oh, this is probably about the Guthrie case. I'm like, this should be easy. Like, I have nothing to do with this, so it should be.
Now, I'll be honest with you. That seems a little weird to me. What the way he said that. It just is, in my opinion. This is probably about the Guthrie case. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I would, if I was, you know, riding in my Range Rover and cars and stuff, even in my town, and there is, you know, someone missing like Nancy Guthrie, I would not expect to be pulled over and say, oh, well, that's probably the Guthrie case. That's weird as hell to me. I just got to be honest with you. Would you expect that? Would any of you expect that? Truly. absolutely weird who thinks that when being pulled over. I would think, oh well, you know, I'm did I was I speeding? Did I not turn my signal on? Is my tag dead? That is very weird to me. I mean, am I wrong? Is my opinion's my opinion, but just listen.
being detained for. And they wouldn't tell me anything. They just said that or detectives would be there to talk to me. And once I saw like FBI and all the other cars start pulling in, I'm like, oh, this is probably about the Guthrie case. I'm like, this should be easy. Like, I have nothing to do with this, so it should be not a big deal to clear my name and move on. But the whole time during the questioning, didn't really seem like more of like a fishing expedition for them to try to get me to say something. Because
Now, my opinion has been that, again, like I said, I would be shocked as crap if the FBI got this wrong, with going to this house, getting a search warrant, all that, again, twice. I've always felt like, in my opinion, they might be back at this house. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't know. That's just my opinion, because the FBI has a very good accuracy record. So,
all the dates I was telling them where I was, things like that. I'm like, all you'd have to do is look at my phone and see my location. I like, it was nowhere near anywhere or have any connection to this.
okay. And is it as easy as looking at your phone? I don't think it's just, in my opinion, it's just not as easy as looking at your phone, because most of the time, people, if they're committing a crime, they either have their phone A, off, or B, left at their house or whatever. And they're usually, if it's left at the house, obviously it's not being used most of the time, unless you have someone at the house using your phone, which is probably pretty a rare thing. And if it's off, well, obviously you can't use it, and that's would be a little sus. But he says, hey, you can check my phone, here you go.
But still, it was tough, like being there. Like, I mean, I don't trust the FBI to the extent that I'm like thinking that there's pressure on this case and they want to find the person.
I can, some people really don't trust the police, and some, most police are honest. FBI is always professional. They are the most professional. You're not going to see an FBI agent out of pocket like you will see local law enforcement. They're not like that. They're always professional, highest caliber. And yeah, I think he's right that they're trying to find, there's pressure and all of that, but I honestly don't think that they're going to blame anybody that has nothing to do with it. That wouldn't be my first thought, personally. Like, if I had nothing to do with it, I had nothing to do with it. Here's my phone, mother chicken, like you was just saying. Here's my phone. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show you where the hell I was, what I was doing. I'm gonna give you my alibi. And why would you be blaming me after that?
So like the whole time while I'm sitting in the back of the cop car, I'm like panicking, thinking that I'm going to be framed for this, or they're trying to pin this on me somehow.
Did they tell you what led them to you? I mean, something made them believe they needed to talk to you about it. What was that?
Yes. What is it?
I asked them. They didn't tell me any information about that. And I have thought of any type of
Again, the same with Carlos. Carlos, I believe, was FBI. I think it was, I don't know if it was local law enforcement and FBI coordinated or just FBI coordinated. But I just think there something is weird in Denmark,
reason why they could have come after
in my
me.
opinion.
But there's nothing, and I think that's why they didn't tell me.
Were you in the area of the home at the time, like the overnight, or would it have been something like, we've tracked this person near?
I haven't
Well,
watched
I
past this.
live near her house, but I mean, I didn't even know that until after the fact.
Okay, that's weird to me. I've not watched it past that question. So you're getting okay. I lived near her house, but I didn't know that till after the fact. Now, I got a question for you guys. He just said when they were first pulling him over that, oh, well, this must be about the Nancy Guthrie case. So that means obviously he was keeping very up to date on that, in my opinion, correct? Am I wrong? You would, if it was that conscious in his mind, oh, I'm being pulled over, FBI, this must be about the Nancy Guthrie case. And then he says right here, though, I didn't know where she lived. I didn't realize how close she lived. If this is in your town and you know about this case and it's conscious for you to know about this case and was assuming this must be about the Nancy Guthrie case, you didn't know she lived 2 miles from you or less? That's weird to me. I just got to be honest with you. That's weird to me. That's a bit sus. That's a lot sus, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though. Doesn't mean he's guilty. Doesn't mean he's involved. But those are two things that I have, in my opinion, picked up on quickly. I just want to rewind that a little
Could
bit.
have come after me, but there's nothing, and I think that's why they didn't tell me.
Were you in the area of the home at the time, like the overnight, or would it have been something like, we've tracked this person near the
Well, I
abduction scene?
live near her house, but I mean, I didn't even know that until after the fact.
He didn't know that until after the fact. He didn't know that until after the fact that he lived so close to Nancy, but he figured this must be about the Nancy Guthrie case when he was being pulled over. I would understand, this is just my opinion on this, I would understand Carlos not being as updated because he lived farther away than this gentleman right here, because he lived farther away. Now his parents, lived in Tucson, but this gentleman, it's pretty much the right neighborhood, like it's right there, and you're already assuming this is about the Nancy Guthrie case, right? I don't know. That's just me. Okay, Baba, we will. Summer's Army, how are you doing, darling? Thank you so much. Darn snow. Is it snowing here? I'm so sorry. That's bad. Not good. Not good. Not good. Snow. I don't. You got to be almost done with snow. It's almost spring. Wait a second. When does the time change? Doesn't it change soon? I just realized that.
Like I barely just learned where her actual house was in relation to mine.
Again, that's weird. I'm sorry. That's weird. I just realized where her house was in relation to mine.
So I didn't even know.
Had you ever met her?
No,
Did you know who she was?
I knew who she was because my mother was following the case. But in terms of other than that, I would just go off what my mother was telling me.
And so how long were you detained for?
He's very nervous here. So he says he was getting the information from his mother, but that was really it. I'm really trying to understand. I really am with him. But he's again, it makes me pause whenever he says when he was initially, getting pulled over and this was going on, he said, well, this must be about the Nancy Guthrie case. And he didn't realize how close she lived. Now he says he was getting the information from his mother. But if like, all right, let's pretend we're not really keeping track of a case, but it's a huge ass case, not only nationwide, worldwide case. And you're talking with your mother before all of this happens, right? Oh, little Johnny or whatever, Luke, Nancy Guthrie, woman who, her mom's Savannah Guthrie, from the Today Show, she was abducted down the road, right? You're going to say like, you're going to ask a question. What do you mean this? That's going to spark curiosity to you if you're having a conversation with your mother, and you're most likely going to ask questions or something. I'm really trying to give him some, but there's just some weird stuff here, in my opinion. Lolo, good to see you, baby. Thank you so much. Rockstar legend, 22 months. Appreciate you being Nancy home justice for Nancy. Absolutely. Thank you so much, my darling. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Rachel, how you doing, girl? Thank you so much, Mama. Appreciate you, Miss Rachel. Thank you both for being a member. How you doing, Miss Rachel? Good to see you. The guy is definitely sketch, but the perp not sure. Okay, here we go.
Probably in terms of other than that, I would just go off what my mother was telling me.
And so how long were you detained for?
Probably maybe 4 or 5 hours.
In the back of that car the whole time? And they searched your Range Rover extensively?
Yeah, they searched Range Rover. They towed my Range Rover. Did all DNA testing or whatever, and then gave it back to me. Took my cell phone. I've had.
So I did know that he got his allegedly got his Range Rover back. That he said they took a cell phone, all of that.
No way to get a hold of anyone, which is probably a good thing because everyone's looking at me like I'm this person that I'm not. So it's been rough.
You got your car back
Yes.
in rough condition, or was it okay?
Well, when I went to pick it up, like it wouldn't start. They, I guess they drained the battery down, and it was just covered in the whatever white substance that they use for testing. But yeah, then I got it started up, and it wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't damaged in terms of like repairs or anything. But
So when they released you, what did they say? They say you're free? Did they say never mind? I mean, what was the What was the verbiage there from them?
They had just told me that they were still at my house, so I couldn't go home, but they drove me somewhere near the house and just dropped me off. I was like, well, I don't have a phone. How am I supposed to figure out when I can go back to the house? They basically said, you're just gonna have to figure that out. So, I mean, I waited just where they dropped me off at for maybe an hour or so. I had a friend that lived near the area, and I walked over there. They weren't home, so I was just waiting, like basically just on their patio. And then it got to the point where I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
they're
and the Range Rover, like, they're very expensive vehicles. They're very, very expensive vehicles. Of course, if you buy one used and it's got 40, 50,000 miles on it, they're still expensive, but
they should be done by now.
cheaper.
I walked back to my house, and
Does anyone know what kind of work he allegedly he does? Does he do the allegedly the car lot, or is that where he allegedly works? Maybe he might go to auctions and get them and
this
stuff.
was like the worst
Still
part for me,
expensive,
is
though.
getting there and seeing the house torn up. But the worst part was my mom not being there, and her being elderly and having AFib and things like that. I'm thinking the worst. Like, I see her cars here, but she's not there, and I don't have my phone to get a hold of her. So I'm wondering what happened, if I need to start calling hospitals or what the deal was. But luckily, I guess she went to one of the neighbors.
Kelsey, that's exactly what I was saying. That's precisely what I was saying. Justin, why would he think they were pulling him over because of the Nancy Guthrie case, and at the same time he only knows what his mom told him about the case? I agree. To me, that is highly crazy. Not only is it highly crazy, I just am going to be absolutely gobsmacked if the FBI got it wrong. I'm just going to be.
But I didn't find that out until the next day.
Right. You were detained and released, but you've said it. Your face, your name, it's everywhere online. People still believe you were either involved or did this. What's that been like for you to have your name, your picture,
I would think
even
so,
a
Amy.
past mugshot,
I would think so.
all over the internet associated with this case?
I mean, for me, it's terrible. It's hard to go anywhere, and the hard part is they're making all these assumptions based on things that have absolutely no relevance, and they're just bringing up my past, which I do have a past, but nothing violent.
And I want to make it clear that he says he has 100% nothing to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. That is what he says. From the best of my knowledge of right now, the FBI or law enforcement has not cleared any of the people that they have did search warrants with, that I'm aware of. Right?
Or anything like that. All my past has been involved with using drugs, and I haven't been in that life for over 2 years now. So all the things that they're bringing up,
Yeah, Carlos was the first.
yeah, I guess it's public record, but it would have came out if it wasn't for all these people speculating and doing things like that. So now people that had no idea about my past, so I've done like a good job of working past it and not having anything to do with it. So them doing that now is kind of just reopening this whole speculation and make me out to look like this bad person, which I'm not.
And it's not just been you. People have found, records of an alleged girlfriend of yours. There's been a lot of rumors swirling around. What do you want to say about those rumors, about you, about her, about, everybody that people have looked at and said, well, they could do this?
Yeah, first of all, that's not my girlfriend. I barely knew that girl, and I was arrested with her on a completely different circumstance over a year ago. I haven't talked to her since, and I guess they're
What's
just
that,
going
baby
off of
kisses?
the arrest, saying that I was arrested with her. So, but I hardly know her and don't know.
For it's I see some of you guys asking who this gentleman is, and this is Luke Daly. He was the owner of the Range Rover that was pulled over, searched, and the home, his mother's home, was searched. He did a sit down interview. It's very similar to like Carlos did the first home that they
Associate
pulled
with
over.
her.
It's interesting. Both of these men, Carlos, he lives with, I guess his parents, and then we'll call him his girlfriend's mom, and this guy lives with his mom as well. So that's a similarity, which a lot of grown men live with their mom. I guess maybe
But in terms of everything else, I
mother-in-law.
mean, all the speculation is just going off of. I don't even know if people really believe it, but online it just seems like they're pushing this narrative and trying to make connections with things that are, I don't know, basically like circumstantial, like saying my eyelashes match the guy in the ski mask picture, which I'm sure like if you could use anyone's picture and find similarities.
And you don't recognize the person on that in that footage?
No, I don't. But in terms of all this, like I said, they're comparing my face to this. They're talking about my Range Rover, which I didn't even buy until after she was reported missing.
It was a new car, yeah,
yeah.
for you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me. He didn't buy, and that is, I think I remember reporting on that. He didn't buy the Range Rover until after she went missing. I would be curious. Did he do a trade-in? As well, because you could look at that suspicious or not suspicious, in my opinion, because you could say, well, you traded it in, or you wanted something else. Is that a coincidence that he had just bought a car in the last 2 weeks of Nancy Guthrie going missing, and then he's pulled over? They were seemingly, if you'll remember this, the FBI was reportedly very frustrated on that they couldn't find a vehicle. So this Range Rover was given back, and I find that interesting as well, because if it was bought after the fact of Nancy going missing, well, that means almost certainly she wouldn't have ever been in that car. Right? She would almost certainly have never been in that car. Alive or otherwise.
They're talking about another car that was towed off my property. That car wasn't an accident, has nothing to do with this. It wasn't towed in relation to this case.
That's interesting the way he says that as well. There's another car on the property, has nothing to do with this.
She was reported missing.
It was a new car, yeah,
yeah.
for you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're talking about another car that was towed off my property. That car wasn't an accident, has nothing to do with this. It wasn't towed in relation to this case. It was being told by the insurance company to assume if it was totaled or not. So
Okay, I remember that. I remember that.
that had nothing to do with the case. There's no evidence to point towards me other than speculation.
You really have no idea what led them to you in this case.
Absolutely not.
Still a mystery to you.
Yes, and I would love to find out.
Were you dealing mostly with sheriff's deputies or FBI agents when you were detained?
When I was detained by the sheriffs, but in terms of all the questioning was done by the FBI.
Again, that's it's very interesting. Like I said, if there is 2 different search warrants that have went out, one allegedly being Carlos. They went there, searched vehicles, phones, all of that, and then let him go. Then days later, they do his vehicle and Luke's vehicle in Luke's mother's home. It's just going to be a very big blunder if that happened. I just can't see it happening twice.
What would you like to say to both PCSD and the FBI?
Basically what I told him before, if there's anything, I'm happy to help. If there actually was something real that I could help them with, but
he doesn't seem as angry about it, in my opinion, or as confident about it, in my opinion, as Carlos. I mean, Carlos wasn't very confident either, but he seems like, if I can help you with it or anything. I mean, yeah, some people say that or whatever, but I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to get some damn ice cream here. And I'm pulled over, and now the whole world is blaming me and my mother. Like, I would be mad, more mad about it. I would feel more confident about it.
FBI.
basically what I told him before, if there's anything, I'm happy to help. If there actually was something real that I could help them with, but
If there was something real? What do you mean if there was something real? It's real, all right. This is real. He is absolutely innocent unless and until proven guilty.
they had my phone, they went through my phone. So if it was anything real, look through that and hope clear my name. But in terms of the collateral damages, this being part of it, there's not really any type of way. There's no going back from this.
For your whole family too. I mean, your mom has had to go through this too. As a family, how has this made you guys feel collectively together to kind of be in this?
We'll see what
public
mom
shock,
says.
this public
She's got an
scrutiny?
interview.
It all just seems like a nightmare. I mean, it doesn't seem real, and it's just been, we're all just it's just been a nightmare. I know my mom, she has like problem with stress, and like she was doing good before this. After this, she's been a lot more stressed. It's been hard. I'll let her speak to how it's affected her, but I mean, in terms of collectively as a family, it's been a nightmare.
You know, what's your message for
Sure.
Nancy Guthrie's family?
I mean, I like everyone else. I want to see her come home. I want the actual suspect to be found. I think it's really unfair to them to give them false hope by going off whatever they went off to have this huge investigation and raid happen to me, it's like giving them false hope that they had a suspect, and then it was nothing. And I'm not the first person either. So,
Well, I'm gonna show you his mother. She sat down and did an actual interview.
I think it's wrong in that sense.
This is your first interview since you've been detained. What's your hope in putting your voice out there now that people will get from this interview?
I mean, for my personal interest, I would just say just not to go off speculation of everything you hear on the internet, and kind of like the hive mind mentality that someone
Charming.
says something and then they just go off of it based on no evidence and no truth. But I mean, in terms of like moving forward, I just want to be cleared, have actual verification that I was cleared by the FBI and sheriff, whoever else.
Have they officially cleared you?
I don't date. This is just going off what I've heard, but I guess I've been cleared, but they don't close any case, I guess, because it's still ongoing. But I mean, I know personally there's nothing else that they're gonna come across that points towards me. So
Unequivocally, you are not the person, you are not involved.
absolutely 100%.
Is there anything else you want to clear up that people may have said, that you've seen, that you feel that you have the opportunity now to address?
You know what's interesting to me? I know everybody's looking at the eyes and stuff. I'm looking at this as well. A lot of people have, double chins and stuff, but I've noticed it on this. I don't know.
Nothing particular is coming to mind right now. Obviously, I mean, I'm nervous. This is, like I said, my first interview, and I mean, I'm not
We don't
trying
got his ears though.
to get any more attention from this. I just want to put it out there for me that I had nothing to do with this, and I'm hoping that the truth will come out, whatever that may be. I have no idea.
I appreciate your time. Chris, do you have anything that you want Luke to address or add? Luke, is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you want to address or talk about while you're here? Just want to make sure that you get your opportunity to say anything you want to.
Oh, it has to say what they're looking for. Hell yes.
I just want to say
that, and that is absolutely true, Rutui. That whatever that warrant for the search has to say who, what, when, where, how. Who, what, when, where, how, right? What they're searching for, why they're searching for it, why there's more likely of a reason than not. Now, again, if that was blundered, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good, because you can't just, break in someone's home and, go through your shit like that. So, like I said, I would be shocked. One time is very strange and bad. Twice.
Say again that I hope that she's safe. I hope they find her, and
say your name, Nancy.
I just want to move on with my life and not have any. I mean, it's been hard. Like, I can't go anywhere. Everyone gives me dirty looks, and they see me in my car. Like, I would assume that they, like, I don't know, people are just think I'm like this person, and it's been hard, like, leaving, going anywhere, doing anything. So I'd like to be able to go about my life and not have this shadow of doubt casted over me.
I don't know if he has tattoos. That's a good question. That's a good question. What do y'all think? Does he have tattoos? He definitely has a scar right here on his eyebrow. A little scar. Uh, to me, I will say it looks like the top of his eyebrows are growing in a little bit right through here. Mm. Let's go to his mommy and see what she has to say. I've not seen a second of what Miss Mary Daly has to say. So this is Luke's mother who did a sit down interview. Look at the ears. I don't know what you mean, Daly. Like how?
Luke is your son?
Yes.
I can tell you one thing. I really feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her. Regardless, this woman didn't have nothing to do with it.
You were Nancy Guthrie's neighbor, pretty close by.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't know that?
No.
So did you not know
I
Nancy?
knew it after this, everything happened.
It's just strange to me that if you know this case is going on in your town, and you would think everybody locally, especially 2 miles away, would know. Especially your son said you talked about it with him. But again, that's what they say. You would think that they would know where.
But otherwise, who'd heard of her?
You
Who'd
hadn't
heard
met
of
her?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So
Thank you, Miss Crazy. 11 months, darling. Appreciate you. I was late, but are there any pics of Luke with facial hair? I haven't seen it yet, Scorpio, so we'll see. I don't know if there's any with facial hair, to be honest.
you
with
hear that she
can look. If
is
anybody's got it, you can
abducted.
send it
She
to
goes
me.
missing, and I assume your first thought when you hear this is, oh my gosh, somebody. I mean, this is crazy, and it's nearby. Were you following the story, following the case?
Totally. At that point, to see if they could ever find her, you know. And, you know, Savannah grew up in Arizona, and, you know, her family, and we watch her on TV. So it's sort of like, you know, she comes into our living room and tells us what's going on. So it's, you know, it's very emotional for me. I mean, I'm old, and I'm not used to this kind of stuff at all.
Anyone
But
have
I have a lot of empathy and pray. I don't have a lot of hope but that the family continues on, and it's, you know, huge loss for all of us, actually.
Oh, it completely affects the community, a community you're part of. So when you first start hearing about it, I imagine there's a lot of upset and fear, concern.
Yes. And they were searching, you know, I live on this street, and then they were searching a street a little closer and a little farther out, excuse me. And, you know, it's just weird to have these people standing in front of my house wanting to talk, mostly news people wanting to.
Yeah, I mean, the media don't.
I didn't talk to those people at all. We just.
So tell me what happened when this all ends up at your home. Your home ends up becoming part of this story.
Yeah, well, people were coming to the door, and I wasn't.
That's right, his
necessarily answering
mugshot.
it. They
I got
might
it.
not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one,
Let me show it to you.
you know, late afternoon when they came in the big SWAT vehicles, pulled into my driveway, and said they wanted to, you know, they wanted to see anything that could link anything. I said, well, yeah, go ahead. I mean, so they were there for about 6 hours, and I was in the SWAT vehicle, and they went through my house and went through everything and tore everything, broke my. If the door was
You know
locked,
what's
they would break it
interesting?
open to go see what was in there. There really wasn't anything in there, but it was pretty upsetting.
Well, and it's one thing to come to you and say, do you have
I got his mug shots and stuff. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. He looks very different in two different mug shots or two different pictures of him. One, he's got much darker hair, and the other one, not as much. I'll show it to you. Deb, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you very, very much, darling. Much love, Justin. His eyebrows could fit, but do you think he is thicker in the middle? And the perp's mouth had some kind of upper lip scar. I noticed this guy has thin lips. FBI has digital facial scan. Yes. Who was the other person in the house? Who was the other person in the house? You remember that? There was supposedly 2 males and a female. The female being the mom. That's what I'm wondering as well now. It does seem with the FBI has a lot of technology, right? A lot of technology that they will be able to do here. Okay. So I didn't put this picture together, but don't mind the black and white, somebody. But this is the one picture with Luke with his goatee, allegedly. Okay. Now, so I just want to show that. All right, number 2. I'm going to show you another one that I have that is a little. I'm trying to find the damn thing. 1 second. Okay, I'll show. Okay, here's the other one. Check this one out. To me, he looks so different in these 2 pictures, and that makes me a little weird. Check this one out. It's uploading. Just give me 2 seconds. Are these the same guy? Does he? The eyes are different, or it could be the flash. It could be the flash. See, he's got a goatee here. He's definitely got a goatee here, right? And short hair. His eyebrows are pretty thin there. Here. Again, I don't know if what's it's different, but it's the same. It looks, it's different, but it's the same. He's thinner there. The one he's using a filter. Damn, I don't know, but it's weird.
any video or anything like that. It's another to detain you and search your house with a search warrant. Did they tell you why?
I guess I assumed.
I want to see his
I
walk.
lived close by or something, but I just I just said I'd do anything to. if
We'll
we
do
could
a
find
comparison in a
some
minute.
clues that might help, but I don't think there's going to be anything in here. But go ahead and look. I mean, I didn't say you can't look. I didn't even think. It was kind of late in the day. I'm so sorry. I'll turn that off. I get a lot of phone calls now, a lot of messages from people. How are you doing, Mary? So
She seems like a sweet woman.
yeah, and then I just decided I was much better off going to Phoenix to be with Matt and the grandkids and his wife and everything.
So when they detained you, did you know that this was related to also them investigating Luke?
No,
You had no idea.
no, I wasn't thinking this was about Luke. I found out it was also about Luke, but initially, no, I was thinking it was all about Nancy Guthrie and finding her and whatnot. So, because I was thinking, I don't even think Luke probably ever watched the news and even saw Savannah on the news. I mean, I did.
Right. So when did you learn that?
Hold on. What'd
you
you
know,
say right there?
I don't even think Luke probably ever watched the news and even saw Savannah on the news. I mean, I did.
Right. So when did you learn that, your detainment was related to Luke's detainment?
I mean, how long has Savannah been on the news? A lot of years. He changes his appearance. He certainly changes his appearance there. I want to look at his hand rings, but Facebook private. One, he does have a necklace in Arizona shirt. No, not any about my son who is. It's pretty bad, Laura, from what I understand.
In this case?
When? I'm not exactly sure when, because honestly, during this time, I was really emotional, and there were lots of information coming in, and so I don't remember exactly the time, but
Does anyone know where his tattoos are?
In retrospect, I know all this stuff that it did, but initially I didn't think of it being Luke as part of this because I knew it wasn't something that Luke would be involved in any way, and he wasn't. So, yeah.
And when you learned that, was there any thought could he have been involved?
No, I didn't think he ever could have been involved. Not at all. No.
So you and Luke.
I feel like she's the. I think it's what's interesting is her, Luke's mother, Mary, and Carlos's mother-in-law. To me, it feels like they could easily be played they could easily be manipulated by some smooth talking, son or person.
Were not involved in anything in this case.
Right, except seeing it on TV and acting and some of the consequences of, we want to search this. And I'm like, okay, if it helps find, because this was early on, we thought differently about.
Did they take anything specific from your home?
Did they take anything? I can't think of anything they took.
Now, what? You can't think of anything they took? Why? I mean, that's going to be 101. They're going to take shit, aren't they? They're obviously going there for some. I mean, this is the thing. If they're going in your house, they're going to take shit. They're there for something.
I can't think
or
of
some
anything.
DNA or some
And did
shit.
they
I
eventually?
might think of something later.
That's
I hate to say
fine.
it, but
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand why she's saying that. I don't understand why she's saying that. Maybe she's stressed and can't think. I mean, I have Lyme's, and since I've had Lyme's, sometimes I can't think. My mind will just go blank, or the word will be in my head and I can't say it. So, could be that. I don't know.
No.
Did they eventually tell you that they were searching your home in relation to this case? Or did you this whole time think they're just looking to see if I have any surveillance video or anything like that? Like, where did that shift happen?
They didn't give me a lot of information, but I just assumed, and I said, well, if it's like I said, if it's something that might help us find her, then.
See, that's weird to me. This is weird. And they both say very similar things, right? She says she just is assuming that this would be with Nancy. Is that what she's saying? Because her son said when he was pulled over, he assumed it was for the Nancy Guthrie case. I don't understand. Other brother was not detained. I don't understand why anybody would think that this would be with Nancy's case whenever, you say you have nothing to do with it, right? It's the last thing I would assume. I don't think they took anything. They said they didn't have anything. Well, they took his phone, he said.
They're just looking to see if I have any surveillance video or anything like that. Like, where did that shift happen?
They didn't give me a lot of information, but I just assumed, and I said, well, if it's like I said, if it's
I don't know.
something that might
Bogey. I
help
would
us
like
find
to
her,
know.
then go for it. If you think there's anything in here, but I don't think there is. So, yeah.
Did you ever suspect that Luke might
Let me go
know
find that,
who
Richie.
was
We'll
involved?
go to that next.
No,
Not at all.
no. Mm-mm.
So you guys were basically both detained for hours. You were questioned. Your property gone through, and then released, but with not a lot of explanation as to why.
Well, I guess they just said they could do, I didn't want to stop if it might be helpful, but I had no idea when. I thought they'd maybe come in and look around for an hour or something, poke around, and but yeah.
So you have not been back at your home since the
Yeah,
staying
she's
there.
79,
since
I
this.
think.
I just got back.
What's that like?
It's really good to be back here. I was up in Phoenix with my kids and grandkids, which is wonderful. But, we built our home and lived there a long time. And Matt's grown up in it. Luke's grown up in it. They're, so it's, it's home. So
I'm guessing the brother is Matt.
I love being there. I'm glad to be back, and it's nice to know that Luke's there. And
I feel really
with
bad
me.
for her,
I mean,
regardless.
in the days since you guys were detained, it's not been an easy road for any of you. Luke especially. I mean, people still believe he is the person on the video camera. They still believe he's the person who abducted Nancy Guthrie. His face is out there. His name, your name, has been out there. How, as a family, have you emotionally dealt with that, even though you've been released?
Well, things will just pop up, and I'll just feel a lot more like even sitting here talking about it. It is very emotional.
Yeah, Luke said they made him walk back. You'd think, like, damn.
And part of me just wants to say goodbye to all this chapter. So hopefully this interview will help kind of have some closure for me and for everybody else who's felt the impact, because this has been huge impact, not just here. I mean, all the family from Rhode Island called right away and said, wow, look what's happening. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really do Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. I'm not the right demographic. I don't spend my time doing that,
But Luke's on it. I mean, he is younger, and that is
Yeah,
part of him, and he's had to see his face out there.
that's really a shame, I think. But I was shocked about all of that. That was an education for me.
Hold on, what?
That's, I mean, all the family from Rhode Island called right away and said, wow, look what's happening. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really do Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. I'm not the right demographic. I don't spend my time doing that,
But Luke's on it. I mean, he is younger, and that is
Yeah,
part of him. And he's had to see his face out there.
that's
Luke's on what?
Really a shame, I think. But I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really do Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. I'm not the right demographic. I don't spend my time doing that,
But Luke's on it. I mean, he is younger, and that is
Yeah,
part of him. And he's had to see his face out there.
Oh, Luke's on the. I gotcha.
that's really a
On
shame.
social
I
media.
think.
Okay.
I
I
was shocked about
job.
all of that. That was an education for me in terms of a way of communicating and things people like to do, like younger people, not older people like me.
Yeah. What do you say to people who have also brought up Luke's past and kind of associated, oh, well, he's had a past with criminal activity, therefore this could be a part of this? What do you say to those people?
Well, I don't know. They don't really ask me that. My friends, I mean, I have a really good group of friends here in Tucson. And I mean, they never really questioned me about that stuff. And if they thought they thought it, they didn't, come up and say, well, could he have done this? And they didn't. Probably out of respect.
Sure.
Because they don't know, and I didn't know what all was going on sometimes, but I knew this wasn't. I mean, Luke's had other issues, but this is not the kind of thing that he had a problem with, and he's doing well now, and we're all kind of in the recovery mode, if you know what I mean, trying to get our lives back and get back to normal again, and all that stuff.
For your family, it's been tough. For the Guthrie family, it's been tough. I mean, what is your thought process trying to relate to the Guthries themselves going through this, but in the most awful way, in that they've lost Nancy and there's still no answers?
Really, mostly I pray. Yeah.
And they've asked for prayers.
They've asked for prayers, and sometimes I can listen to Savannah's, she comes on and talks often. You guys all know that probably. And I've watched a little bit, but I can't watch too much because it just makes me want to cry. It's just so sad. And the longer it goes on, then the more hope is lost,
For you guys in this neighborhood, it's a very tight knit. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's quiet. It's quaint. To have this kind of onslaught, the media spectacle, and then to become where you are, does that change your perception of how safe home feels?
Well, I feel safe in my home now. I didn't for a while. That's why I went to Phoenix. I have wonderful neighbors. They live right next door, and we're in this little cul-de-sac together. And that's where the SWAT team came up the cul-de-sac and stuff. But I mean, I stayed with them some of the time. A couple nights I stayed over at David and Margaret's house because I was uncomfortable, So, yeah, I just never thought in my life who would imagine something like this? There was so much sadness. And I want to say global, but certainly our whole country, but it goes farther than that probably.
Oh, it really does.
I mean, the way media is today. I mean, I grew up in a different era. So it's amazing how things spread. So
what do you want to say to the Guthrie family, especially for you and your son? If there was any possibility they still believed you guys could be involved, what do you want to say to the Guthries?
Savannah, I am just very, very sad and sorry about Nancy, and I pray for you and your family that you heal, that you can go back to your normal place of life and resume and build with your family and your children and your husband. But I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to keep praying. Mm-hmm.
And you want them to know no involvement from you and Luke?
No involvement from Luke and I, no.
Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to find that thing from Plunder on the Facebook, but I don't see it. If somebody's got that dispatch audio, that would be good. She's got a lot of videos right here from February 28th with another case, the Florida case. I've been scrolling forever trying to find it. Okay, we're going to go to Brian Inton because people are talking about this attorney that Luke's attorney as well. I want to go to this right here because there's something. Brianna talks about more about this. Let's see what she says.
From Nancy Guthrie's home, or believe that he's involved in the case, and it wasn't just.
Hold on.
Yeah, to this day, many people online still believe Luke Daly is the abductor, is the person seen in that surveillance footage from Nancy Guthrie's home, or believe that he's involved in the case. And it wasn't just Luke who was detained that night. His name posted everywhere now for weeks. It was also his mom's. Both of them have been released, and now they've sat down with me in interviews today to talk about how they were questioned by FBI agents and sheriff's deputies in this investigation. To understand this, I want to take you back to the night that this all unfolded. It was a dual SWAT operation back on the night of February 13th. While Luke Daly was detained outside Culver's with his Range Rover searched and towed away, his mom, Mary Chapman Daly, was detained at their home.
He got that Range Rover a week after Nancy
Not far from
vanished.
Nancy Guthrie's, while agents searched inside. Both Luke Daly and Mary tell me they weren't given a lot of answers as to why they were being investigated while sitting in the back of police cars for hours. For Luke, despite getting released that same night and telling me he has gotten his Range Rover back, many online still believe he matches the physical description of the abductor on that surveillance video and suspect he may be involved in her disappearance. He says he is not, but he says mystery still lies in.
Hey, Scouts, good to see you. Thank you for the informative live. I appreciate you. Thank you, Scouts. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a member. You're on the Pearl family. Much love to you, my friend. Getting a different car is a big tell also. It could be. It very well could be.
What evidence led detectives to Luke at all? Did they tell you what led them to you? I mean, something made them believe they needed to talk to you about it. What was that?
Absolutely,
I asked
Rocco.
them. They didn't tell me any information.
You know, I've said before these interviews came out that I think that they will very likely be back. Thank you, Wanda. I will. Thank you, my dear. I think that they will very likely be back. Doesn't mean they're involved in any way, but I just cannot see the FBI being wrong twice.
And I have thought of any type of reason why they could have come after me, but there's nothing, and I think that's why they didn't tell me.
Were you in the area of the home at the time, like the overnight, or would it have been something like we've tracked this person near?
Well, I live near her house, but
okay, we already saw this.
I didn't even know that until after the fact.
So while Luke was detained for hours watching his Range Rover get searched, his mom, Mary, says she was detained for 6 hours in the back of a car while her home was raided. She said that agents went in, they were breaking locks to doors to search every room, every inch of that house. She says while she was detained, she didn't have any idea that this had any involvement with her son being investigated at all. So when they detained you, did you know that this was related to also them investigating Luke?
No.
Okay.
You had no idea.
All right. So I guess let me see if she talks anymore right here and see if she says anything we learn.
Told me he's had drugs and knows his past is open record. Said,
hold on.
Now, Luke says many online have posted about his criminal past. He says he struggled with drugs and knows his past is open record, but says he has worked to turn his life around, and those past charges have nothing to do with this case at all. Luke told me he's had a hard time going out in public since all of this with the scrutiny. Meanwhile, Mary says she was so uncomfortable in her home and in the neighborhood after her home was raided. She's actually been staying with family up in Phoenix this entire time until today. She just came back home
to Tucson. She says she's thankful to be back, but obviously still very upset over all of this, and says both her and Luke have been praying daily for Nancy Guthrie's safe return, praying for the Guthrie family. But they say they are adamant they have nothing to do with this. They hope the actual abductor is arrested and faces those consequences. If you want to watch our full interviews with Luke and Mary Daly, they are up online now. Reporting live in Tucson tonight, Brianna Whitney for Arizona's Family.
I can't imagine how frustrating that must be, because there's a ton of speculation that's going around on social media. Brianna, the Sheriff's Department, Pima County Sheriff's, has only so far ruled out immediate family members. Is that correct still?
Yeah, that is all we've heard at this time.
Okay. Immediate family members. I got a question on that. Would immediate, in your opinion, would immediate family members be a brother-in-law? Because we know, again, they say, Luke and them says that they are not involved in any way, shape, or form, but that, again, they've not been cleared. Okay. Investigation of remain. Okay. Video. Investigators are actively reviewing surveillance video of vehicles traveling in the Catalina Foothills, including areas farther from the Guthrie residence. We have asked homeowners. So, okay. Shortly before 8 p.m. on February 26th, 2026, deputies. Okay, that's different. Okay. Never mind. Screw that. Sorry about that. Nope, wrong one. That's not the one I was looking for. Okay, we're going to go to Brian Hinton in just a second with the attorney, but I want to see this one.
Daly yesterday. We're asking questions about what he was wearing, what he looked like, the way he walked in, kind of like his overall demeanor. And with the clips we posted yesterday, the full interview, you could only see about right here, right? Because that's where the camera was framed on both of us. But we did shoot behind the scenes clips of when Luke came into the interview room with his attorney. We were getting him mic'd up with the microphone, and there was a little bit of interaction there. You can see more of him as he walks in, what he's wearing, and that interaction as he sat down. So I want to play that for you. Again, I want to preface this with Luke Daly was detained and released. He is not facing any charges in the Nancy Guthrie investigation.
I said, I think the guy wears, like, he's the type that wears buckled jeans.
And he did the interview because he wants to clear his name. But we do have that kind of behind the scenes peel back with some footage. So I want to share that with you. You can kind of watch what happened behind the scenes right before that interview took place.
How you doing?
Thank you so much. I get up, I'm just all mic'd in. We're going to get you all mic'd up right there.
Hold on, before you sit down.
Then you want to,
Can I make these for you?
we gotta wait. He wants to be in here, right?
Have to pop out your collar for me, man. Okay,
Yeah.
You better. Make it easier for me.
I did say buckle jeans and a plaid shirt, did not.
The best is ideal for the mic.
I'm just gonna clip this on right here for you. Here you go. And you butt it back up and have a seat.
That's an interesting.
Perfect. Chris, sorry.
Okay. Oh, look at those thighs. That's what I want to look at. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to take some screenshots here. By the thigh of my chin. Here we go. We'll do some comparisons in a little bit. Again, I want to say that he says not involved. He claims he is not involved. Not by the thigh of my chinny chin. Are you thick in the waist?
Sorry. I know we don't have.
Okay, I'm grabbing screenshots. We shall see.
No.
You are all good.
We're going to look at, something that I noticed, one thing I've noticed right here that I find interesting. One thing I noticed about this person at the house, he's got very, very thick, big hands. Not a big guy, but he's got pretty thick hands. Yes. Yes, sweet pea. That was very interesting to me. And he's got a ring on right there. He's got a ring on.
Real quickly.
Now, I'll tell you another thing that's very interesting to me. I'll tell you another thing that's interesting to me right now. Why is he wearing long sleeves like this?
See, just a couple. Appreciate it.
And when we do it, you'll just look at me, just you and chat. It's just a second.
For sure.
Everything all buttoned up here. Here we go.
Yeah, I said I'll take your phone. Oh, no, I want your kid. He's just showing me like when he pulled his name online. You know, it's like-
Sure, yeah, I'll say,
Next week,
100%,
something
yep,
like
yep.
Okay, you good, Club? All right. This is a claptrap, excuse me.
The jeans. I can't get over the jeans. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I was thinking that he looked padded up. I mean, I think he's definitely looks padded up as well. Okay. Gonna go to Silver Fox, the Brian Enton, the one and only. Here we go. We're gonna look at
Thanks for checking out my show.
the attorney. Oops.
To her.
1 second. That's a new one. Okay, here we go. This one right here. Guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate all of y'all being here. You are amazing. Here's the attorney that came on Brian Enton show. This is for Luke, by the way. I do too.
That happened in Rio Rico. He also got a lawyer. They say that they actually have nothing to do with Nancy Guthrie. Same thing happening here. But I learned some interesting things from the lawyer about what he has learned about exactly what went down. And they really searched that house. They really searched the Range Rover, what they may have been looking for. And also one interaction he says that his client did have with Nancy Guthrie, his client's mom actually, years ago. So this is my conversation with Luke Daly's lawyer. We were out there, when all of this went down.
Oh, got some new
At
information.
Luke and Mary's house.
I've never seen this.
And then it kind of blew over. What happened? Can you walk us through what actually happened? Did they just was it a federal search warrant or?
Yes, it was a federal search warrant. It was executed on the house, and contemporaneous to that to Luke's vehicle. So he was stopped, ultimately pulled over in a Culver's. The house was being raided at the same.
Federal search warrant. Federal. To me, that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Time. And the mom was at the house, and
Okay,
she was.
I want to see something.
Kind of detained for about 6 to 7 hours. Luke was in the car. He was detained for about the
Let me
same
show
amount
you
of time,
something.
maybe a little less. Than he was released, and then he couldn't go back home immediately, and then
He changes his looks quite a bit. We're going to come right back to this. Look at this. There you go. Here he's got long hair. His hair's a lot darker here. Goatee. It's an older picture. Now, here is another picture. Check this out. is I have this picture, but I can't remember if I guess this is this him or brother? I remember this tattoo arm. The FBI are involved. That's why it's federal. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But the federal warrant to me screams a lot. Shaved and got a new vehicle after she went missing. Okay, let's go back to this. This is his attorney.
He went back home. His mom wasn't there, and the house was destroyed, like the bottom floor of it specifically. The car was also, damaged through the search. He couldn't find his mom. He was worried. I mean, it was really a kind of traumatic experience for her.
Mom, when she did the interview, she's like, I don't know if they took anything or not.
For the family. Then she ended up staying at her friend's house in the neighborhood. They got reacquainted the next day. And then Mary, the mom, she ended up, because of the constant presence of media, but also new media, she ended up going to stay with her son up in Phoenix area.
Was it Luke's
What
Range
Green
Rover?
Eyes say?
Because when we were out there was a Range Rover. Yeah,
it was.
Has he gotten that back yet?
He has.
He has.
So they tested it, left it with all the, all kind of still destroyed a bit, but it was returned.
And when they do a search like that, do they have to give you a copy of the search warrant?
Typically they do.
Okay, that's interesting. We know that, but did they give it to him? Lolo, the DNA sample that they got from the scene couldn't be entered into CODIS.
I didn't see one produced for. They may have. I don't know. I didn't see one produced for the Daly.
What? Yeah, typically they do.
Left it with all the, all kind of still destroyed a bit, but it was returned.
And when they do a search like that, do they have to give you a copy of the search warrant?
Typically they do. I didn't see one produced for.
Listen, you damn right they're going to give you a copy of the search warrant if they're coming into your home and they don't give you a search warrant at least at some point. That would not be good. FBI open up, if they break in or if they break down the door or whatever, they're doing a search warrant. They're going to give you that warrant by the time that they leave.
Or they may have. I don't know. I didn't see one produced for the Dalys. I wasn't given one. Obviously, we still haven't seen or had access to the affidavit that undergirded the warrant.
Do you have any idea why they chose Luke and his mom in that house and the car?
I do not. And obviously, we're very, very curious to see this affidavit, but I don't. And Luke does not either, nor does his mom.
The other man, Carlos, we interviewed his lawyer, the one who was from Rio Rico, kind of a similar situation.
Right.
And, he was a delivery driver and his lawyer thought maybe like.
The warrant is sealed. Well, did they give him at least an inventory? I mean, again, if it's so sealed, why? I mean,
like he had been in that area, maybe, just with the geofencing that may have connected him to that area. Do you think it's this? I mean, did they say if they drove through that area, your clients?
It would be rank speculation on my part. I have no clue what undergirded it. I mean, we were speculating that maybe some confidential source threw his name out there for some reason. We have no idea. But
I mean, come on. Listen, if the FBI comes to your house like this, it's not going to be, I mean, it shouldn't be just a confidential source that gives them probable cause to take your vehicle into evidence and go through your home.
As far as we're concerned, it was completely baseless, and is going nowhere. And as this storm of media and this beast that needs to be fed passes, with Iran happening now and other stories taking primary position, the problem is that you still have the sort of destruction of people's lives in the wake of this story.
Oh, me too,
moves
Brandy.
on
Me too, girl.
imminently and inevitably. But the Dalys are left picking up the pieces literally of their home, which was destroyed in the search warrant, as well as their tattered reputation. So that's why they finally decided to come out and speak to the press, just to get their story out there and proclaim their innocence and wish the Guthries their best.
Do they have any connection to Nancy Guthrie?
They live in the same area. That's it.
But they've never met her or anyone in her family.
From my understanding, Mary Daly years ago had a circumstance where they ran into each other, and I think she was with Savannah, and maybe out at a grocery store or something like that, but rather inconsequential.
Just like Mary was a fan sort of thing, like that kind of run-in, like she saw them, or?
I don't even know the circumstance. I just was informed by Mary that years ago that happened.
But no, so they're not friends or anything?
No.
What happened at their house? Because we were out there, they were there for a long time. In terms of, did they search the whole house or?
Meticulously and destructively. They went through the whole, ground floor, breaking doors that if they were locked, breaking the doors, and just leaving no stone unturned.
Could you tell, or could they tell what they were looking for?
Absolutely, Brandy.
Was it something
No,
specific?
and Mary didn't know. I don't even think she, initially, is my understanding that she didn't know that they had warrants, and she was just being helpful. Any way we can help. And she was detained and put in the back of the car and sat there for hours and hours and hours, and actually was able to go into a neighbor's home for a while, and she ended up sleeping at the neighbor's home. But that's what happened.
Did they take their phones?
They took Luke's. I don't know about Mary. They did take.
Right. Luke said, "Yeah, I'll show you my phone."
Luke's. I don't.
But again, most time, if there is something going on, you're not going to take your phone, or it's at least not going to be powered on.
Have any results of a dump or a download from that?
But he got it back?
Unsure of that.
Okay, because I know Carlos, the other situation, I don't think he's even gotten his back still, or as of a week.
I'm saying unsure.
Okay.
I don't think that he's gotten it back.
Okay.
He's told me he's gotten the car back, of course, and they have access to the house, of course. But I think they still have the car. The phone.
Was there a brother too? Does Luke
That's
have a
very
brother?
interesting. That's very interesting to me. They have not allegedly given the phone back, but the car back. Now, when you think about it, the phone, unless he got a new phone after Nancy went missing, like he did a new car, he got the car a week after Nancy went missing. Now, the phone they allegedly still have. You wouldn't think that they would need the phone that long. They usually download it and give it back. But that's interesting. Phones, I mean, it's obviously two different departments, if you will, that's going to search the car versus the phone. Two different that's interesting. Portia, thank you so much. By all levels of jurisdiction, a warranty probable cause must be shown, period. I mean, I'll tell you something. I agree, Portia, because tell me, all right, FBI, any law enforcement comes and knocks on your door and starts searching your stuff and interviewing you, and they, by the time that they leave, they don't tell you the probable cause, why they're there. I mean, they're not going to give you a lot, right? But damn, if they're going to interview you for 3 or 4, 5, 6 hours, they're going to ask you specific questions. You know, it's not going to be it's got to be in relation to something, a time, a place, an alibi, right? They don't ask you you know, just random things that would be necessarily unrelated to a case, right? Like you know, what color was your mom's hair in 1967? You know, it's going to be about a specific time, a specific place, a specific person, that kind of thing. Now, you don't have to answer, right? You don't got to give them an answer. But it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Everything's
And the
weird.
mom, who's elderly and has some health issues, the stress of this absolutely was detrimental to her mental health as well as her physical well-being. And she went to live with her son Matt up in Phoenix area.
So yeah, because initially we heard something like there was a man detained in a Range Rover, and then there was a mom and another man or another brother detained at the house. I guess that's
the other brother was never detained.
Okay,
is my understanding.
Okay,
don't know.
What was the other question I was going to ask you? I mean, you a longtime lawyer do you think that should authorities
they do peace.
come out and clear them? Because like you said, I mean, his name is now everywhere. And same with Carlos, the one from Rio Rico. Do you think they need to make a public statement or something?
That's one of the things that the Dalys are seeking. Again, as I mentioned,
and again, if they are innocent, damn right, the law enforcement should come out and say something. They said the immediate family was did they say the term cleared, or did they say not persons of interest? I need to go back and
just a moment ago. A storm can come through, destroy things, reputations, lives, homes, and then when that's gone, who's to pay the cost? Who's to pick up those pieces? You know, I mean, there is collateral damage in these situations.
That's Jennifer. She didn't ask, did she? Like, what were you doing? What were you doing the night of the disappearance? That I remember. She didn't ask that, did she? Like, where were you at? What were you doing? It's completely normal to detain anybody in the house. Dated a detective, and he said FBI tears the crap out of everything. Oh, all law enforcement they're gonna tear everything out. But like, you think she would you think she would ask, well, like, where were you the night Nancy vanished? What were you doing? What were you doing that day? I would have asked that. Maybe there was certain questions that she agreed not to ask during the interview. We don't know.
That's
It's a little
gets
weird to
largely
me, though.
forgotten. So, at the very least, the Dalys are seeking to clear their name. One of the reasons why they came, but frankly, the foremost reason why they even agreed to talk to the press. This was dying down. The story was dying down, and they're not seeking attention. But although the story is dying down, the internet sleuths are still throwing his name about. Luke, he's still getting dirty looks from when he goes out, and it absolutely should be clearing his name. So that's something that we'll be seeking and hope will be forthcoming.
Do you think?
Yeah, nobody is. Well, the family. They said the immediate family weren't suspects. I think that's the way the sheriff used it. Immediate family. And again, I wonder what does he consider immediate? He didn't offer that much information either. They destroyed her house. Is that necessary? Listen, they will. That is true. They will fuck it up. Your car or anything like that, because they have to look everywhere. Right. Everywhere, because people hide shit all the time.
Think you'll be able to see the search warrant? I mean, do
At
they have a
some
right
point-
to be able to see why their house was?
Look, the law enforcement can blame, not allowing or unsealing the search warrant on an ongoing investigation. At some point, whether it's through litigation or otherwise, I will be finding out.
Yeah, you damn right. If they haven't found out, I hope that. I don't care if this guy is. I mean, I do, but if you're innocent or you're not, he has a right to know, in my opinion, and so does the mother. Why they're there.
What's in that search warrant?
Okay, and just sort of bigger picture. How long have you lived in Tucson? A while, right?
I lived here 20 years.
What do you make of the whole situation? I mean, you mentioned it's kind of dying down a little. Obviously, Iran is happening now, but
the whole
whole situation, yeah,
tragic. I mean, truly tragic. We're a small, large town. Everyone knew the Guthries, and when this information is trickling down to my kids as well, and I'm sure that's happening, across town.
Okay, again, I don't know where I stand with this specific spot, because I truly understand both points. I swear to God I do. I truly understand. But he just said something to me that's interesting. When everybody in town is talking about it, and he said it's trickled down to his kids. And Luke said he didn't know anything about it, only from his mother. But he thought when he was pulled over, oh, this is about the Guthrie case.
It's really unfortunate. We live in a great community, and it's a tragic thing that happened to the Guthrie family. And my clients are praying for them. I'm praying for them. Everyone I know is.
Is it unusual for
That's
them
weird.
to do a search warrant like that for people who are totally I mean, have you had situations happen like this before? I mean, I was again SWAT team. We saw. I mean, dozens of FBI. Like, we thought this is it.
Look, I mean, there's no question that was overkill.
I mean, I thought it was it too, and I'm still not out of the woods yet, so to speak, in my opinion. But I said during this, I said, wouldn't that be crazy if they left this house too? And damn if they didn't. But again, I think that they could very well likely be back at this house. Maybe they wanted maybe they had a warrant for DNA. You know, maybe that's what they had a warrant for as well.
No question. But, and nothing's come of it.
Yeah.
So you can do the deductions yourself.
And just one last question I just thought of. Did they take anything else with them besides the phone?
That question was asked to my clients. And
again, how long were they looking at Koberger? I mean, they went in and just they was watching him before, but they made in.
And my understanding is that they took nothing else of interest or of anything.
I wonder what they were looking for.
Likewise.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not for me.
So it'll be interesting. You know, we've tried to get a lot of these search warrants and documents, and everything is sealed right now at the courthouse. We've made several trips over to the courthouse.
Yep, they won't release shit right now at all. Everybody's fighting them for the FOIAs right now, but they're not.
And that was a federal search warrant. And even the lawyer says he hasn't had a chance to see the affidavit and exactly why they were connecting his client back to the Nancy Guthrie case. So once we're able to get some of those documents, it'll be interesting. My gut says it might have to do with geofencing. Remember with Carlos, the first man who was detained, turned out he was a delivery driver, may have driven through the area, maybe caught up in the
But this is the thing. This is the thing, though. Okay. Like, I get Brian saying, yeah, geofencing makes sense. Makes sense. But Carlos or this guy, Mr. Daly, did not say, yeah, I was in the neighborhood that night. Like, neither of them talk about, what they were doing. Well, no, Carlos does. Daly, he doesn't, that I'm aware of, he doesn't talk about where, and he's not asked. He was that night. He said, well, actually, this is very interesting because he said he didn't know where she lived. And if you didn't know where she lived, like if I was in the neighborhood that night, okay, and I didn't know where Nancy lived, but I was still in the neighborhood for another reason, or I was passing through the neighborhood, I could say, oh, yeah, I was in the neighborhood that night. I passed through, or I was at my friend's house down the road. I was in the area. I can understand them doing geofencing or whatever. But that's not how Daly describes this. And no, I don't think geofencing, you can't just do this huge wide net of geofencing and for this very long term, because number one, that is an ass load of data already. Number one. Number two, it's a warrant. And it has to be within a very specific, pretty tight time frame as well. Because you are essentially going through everyone's information. Robert Durst did interviews, and in fact, he was, just because you do an interview don't mean shit.
Geofencing, which is when the FBI goes in and finds everyone whose cell phone was in this area around a certain time frame. Perhaps that's what the deal is with Luke Daly also, although he says, and his lawyer says, that he actually was never in this area. So we'll have to wait and see what is actually going to potentially connect him to all this, although, again, his lawyer says he's not connected at all. But there had to be something in that search warrant because, again, you can't just get a federal search warrant without, they must have had some meat on the bones. Even if it didn't pan out, there had to be something there for them to be able to go.
Had to be. I mean, there had to be. I don't think for a second that the FBI is irresponsible. They are the best of the best. And they truly have a 98% accuracy rate. Now, because they had something doesn't mean they had the right thing, but they generally do. They generally do. Right?
go in, take his cell phone, detain him and his mom, search the whole house, and you heard the way he described the way that they searched the house. So we'll keep trying to get it. At some point, they'll have to unseal it. It might not be soon, though, but we'll keep trying. I mentioned it's been 1 month now since Nancy went missing. I've gotten to know a lot of the neighbors out here.
See, I just don't think that's enough, Brandy, in my opinion. Again, let's think about how many people passed in this neighborhood during the hours, let's say 9:45 and 9:45 p.m. on the 31st and 5 a.m. on the 1st, right? Just because you pass by there or your phone was in that neighborhood, it's again, I just don't see it. There, and the same with Carlos. Like, man, and you know what's interesting to me, and I've not heard anybody say this, so I'm just going to put this all in alleged. Again, Carlos or Mr. Daly has not been accused. We are not accusing them. We are not saying they are guilty in any way, shape, and or form of anything. But what I do find interesting, I'll say this, in my opinion, that I do believe there was more than one person who was involved. Not heard another creator say this that I'm aware of. And I find it interesting that they did go to Carlos's and they did leave. And then they did go to Mr. Daly's and they did leave. You get what I mean? Do you get what you get it? And again, I think that's interesting. Does Carlos and Daly do they know each other? Okay, Lovies. Okay, you don't get it. Okay, so in my opinion, and even law enforcement came out and said that more than one person could be involved. Okay. They went to one house and then they went to another house, days apart. But is it possible that Luke and Carlos know each other? Have they worked together? Just because you go there, the police, FBI goes there, doesn't mean you're involved. But I am wondering if they know each other. That's the question I'm asking. Nobody talks about this. Nobody that I've seen. Did they go there to get phones? Look at phones, vehicles, things like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I truly don't know. Well, Nancy, I believe that there is more. I believe more than two people know about this, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Robin, no, darling. I have strep throat. Sorry for my absence. We love you. Oh, honey, Robin, thank you so much. I hope you feel. Thank you so very much, my dear. I appreciate you. I hope you feel better, baby. That is not fun. That is not fun. I'm not feeling the best myself right now. I'm fighting it. Everyone's sick right now. It's bad. Hope you're on antibiotics. I hope now. Hopefully, usually about 48 hours with strep, you'll start feeling a little better. Hope you feel better, baby. Love you. Appreciate you. Claudia, thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. NT did not ask the lawyer about Luke's alibi. Nobody did. And this is the thing. I mean, they might have asked, but there might have been questions that they said, we're not going to answer this, so don't ask it. You know what I mean? I'm surprised Savannah is not, because they went to Tommaso and Annie's house 5 times. I agree. I just can't. Yes, you're now talking my language, Justin. It's weird. It's weird. Yes, FBI normally have accurate info on suspects, but sometimes make mistakes. Like I'd said he could have been framed. I don't think he was framed. I don't think anybody's framed at all, personally. Just my opinion. I think he bought the car from someone who bought it from abductors. Frame him. No. Okay, think about this. Think about this. When's the last time you bought a car? Write it in the chat. When's the last time you bought a car? Write it in the chat. I want to see. The very last time you bought a car. Mine was 3 years ago. Mine was 3 years ago. 6 years. 9 years. 2019. 6 years. 7 years. 2001. October. Last October. 2016. 2017. 2025. 4 years. Forever ago. 2017. 2020. Year and a half ago. 10 years. 4 years. Years. 2021. 2021-ish. Last year. 2025. 5 years. 2021. 2 months ago, $5,000 for a truck. Carol don't drive, so you don't gotta worry about that. 2020, 2025, 2014, 2025. Okay. Do you think it's suspicious that a car was bought, a vehicle that was bought 1 week after Nancy Guthrie goes missing, and then they're searching that car, they're pulling that guy out, and they are searching the home? Is that a coincidence? Jerry said no, because he had wrecked his. That is true. When did he wreck it? I can't remember when he wrecked it. Doesn't he work for a car place, though? They would have searched his car records also. Absolutely. They would have known if he was driving at the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's some weird things. I'm not 100% convinced either way. I just cannot see FBI doing this twice. I can't. It would be the biggest fucking surprise for me. The biggest surprise. Lovies. Yes, or sometimes you have a rental, but while you're my car that I've had 3 years is in the shop right now. It's in the shop. It's getting a new transmission. And I've had it 3 years. It was slightly used whenever I bought it. I usually buy something very with 10,000 miles or less on it. So I don't take the big hit whenever you first buy a car. Let somebody else deal with that. But nonetheless, so I'm going to have to, as soon as that transmission is put in, I was going to trade it with just the way it was. But I would lose money. And if I put the transmission in, even though it's an ass load, I will effectively make more on it when I trade it in. But, people don't trade vehicles very often. So right now, I have a rental, right? I have a rental. Sometimes you have a rental a week or two or whatever if you've had a car accident as well. Sometimes you borrow of friends. Sometimes you don't have a vehicle at all. You ride with friends or whatever. I asked questions on Finance Guthrie Facebook and I tagged him and he answers me. Who's that? Ritui. But I have questions. They didn't have that guy's SUV that long. And, Nancy, I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I just said I hate when people say I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you what my opinion is on that, Nancy. I don't think that vehicle, in my opinion, has anything to do with Nancy Guthrie at all. But that being said, I'm not saying that he may not know more or whatever. Again, nobody's been cleared. Nobody's been named the suspect either. Right. Exactly. 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 I had a car that had 350,000 miles on it. Kids got too big for it. Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing. My first car was a 1982 Chevette. And it had 400,000 miles on it or something like that. God, those were the days. Anybody know where Dom Evans is? Damon, I don't know what you mean by that. Don't they still have Annie's car? That is allegedly what's reported. right? Did they release their house yet? Do you mean Tommaso's or Daly's? Daly's absolutely. Everyone's house is released. I think it would have to do with the case. It's very weird how. Let's go look at this real quick. Let's compare some footage here, shall we? Let me upload this and let's do some side by sides. Again, those screenshots I took a minute ago. Let me show you this. Okay. Because he looks so different in his pictures. Some he's got very dark hair. Some he has a goatee, a dark goatee. Some he's got short hair. Some he's got long hair. And all of that. Let me show you this right here. Here we go. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Okay. Give me 1 second. We're going to do it like this. Okay. I'm going to make them bigger. I want to see how these look. I want to look at the hands too. Right here, he looks so different. Here we go. All right. What are your thoughts on this? Let's see here. All right. Is there a picture of his brother Matt? Perp has multiple pairs of gloves on. I do believe that definitely double gloved. Definitely. These are all Luke right through here. Now, this is the suspect. It's very weird. Damn, I don't know. I truly don't know. It is very, very confusing for me. Those lips, though. Huh. Justin, at least you don't have to come out of good right away because your car keys disappeared right after the ice storm and your battery died. Yeah. Oh, I got what you mean. Yeah, I wish. Yeah. All right. In your opinion, what do you think? Because I genuinely, if you have an opinion, one, if you, in your opinion, it looks if you think it looks similar, 2 if not, and 3 if you're just have absolutely no clue, 50-50. The thing about it, Charmaine, like I can do that, but it's not very accurate. Jerry, you always got to be something 4. Silly. So a lot of you guys do. It's the eyes for me and body. Sorry, I was muted, damn. I think it's pretty compelling, but I'm still not convinced either way. The way he holds his arms and hands. You know what I'm going to do? Chris from the interview room, he's just went live right now. I'm going to come back here in a little bit. I'm going to come back here in a little bit. And we might do something. We might look at his movements versus the perpetrator's movements and go through some of that. I'll be back around 10 p.m. So if you're up, come join me in a little bit. I think we might do that. It's pretty compelling if you ask me. Could you look at the photo I texted you? Yeah. Did you text it or email it? Oh, Ginger sent me this. Yeah, the sheriff said, let me see. Thank you for that, because I was asking about, I couldn't remember what the sheriff said. To be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The media, by the way, that we just listened to a little bit ago, said all immediate, what did they say? Not immediate family, but all, damn, I can't remember, but they didn't say it like this. The family has been nothing but cooperative. To suggest anything otherwise is not only wrong, it's cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you to the media to honor your professionalism and report with some sense of compassion and professionalism. That's what he says. Multiple looks is hiding personalities. I don't know, guys. I truly don't know. But I will be back at about 10 o'clock, and I'm going to get some of that video versus the perpetrator video, and then we might see some of his movements, and that'll be interesting. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey, Lori, Facebook. And then I didn't, did you email me? Have you seen this? It's crazy. Hold on one second. What the hell's going on? Hold on. This, oh my God. 1 second, guys. Why is it not exiting? Someone came up to JLR's. I'm frozen. And said they know who did it, and they were like effing drug dealers. The people are like, the news gets to people like sometimes, especially if you got some things going on. Like, that is nuts. Let me see if I can. He's like effing. Here it is. Let me show you. Y'all got to see this. Just wait a second before you go. Just 1 second. Foul language.
James, I know everybody in this town.
This guy is on, in my opinion, the crackamethula. The crackamethula.
I know exactly where she's at.
He's a little marcelled out.
I definitely know where she's
We're the
at.
searchers. Okay, yeah. Let me know. We're not law enforcement. We're searchers. Let us know. We're like you.
I know exactly.
Tell us.
Where's she at, James?
Walter Nash. I'm an attorney.
Who?
An attorney has it?
An attorney drug dealer.
That's her?
I don't know if he does or not, but he knows.
Well, he's giving JLR some really good content right now with his buffoonerish, because there's not a lot going out.
Where
So
fucking cartel money is at.
What's his name?
Walter Nash.
Walter Nash. Who is
Drug
he?
dealer.
Drug dealer.
Piece of shit fucking drug dealer.
Whoa.
Watch your language. This is
No, no. He
okay,
could speak.
sorry.
This is raw. So how do you know that he is involved with Nancy?
I don't know if he is or not, but he knows every cartel fucking person in this fucking place, man. You know what I'm saying?
How do we reach
I believe
him?
you. I believe you. If you're local.
Did you turn that information?
boy, the pipe had to be really hot. I'm telling you, he just let off some alcohol. or
Into
something.
authorities.
You from Tucson? Yeah. I live here too, but I just moved here like 6 months ago. I love it.
I swear to God.
Crackamethula?
Exactly. If
Is that
someone
what it
knows
is?
who that is,
Crackamethula?
that's what I was saying. Give me this. I mean, you need to. Look. I'm looking for. I'm trying to find this chick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This who? Nancy?
Chicken. You know what I'm saying? I mean, chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Chicken?
Chica.
Oh, like
Okay, Chica. My God. First of all, we're going to do something about that bowl cut. Okay? Okay. Second of all, you are way too old for Catholic school, sir. Get out of the Catholic school uniform. It's in the bowl cut. It's giving 1992.
Spanish, the chica, the female.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're with you. That's what we're doing. That's what we want trying to do. We're trying to, trying to wash us. We're trying to covert
100%.
the homeless. We don't know where she's at. We don't know where to look.
He knows where she's at
How would he know?
because he's a fucking cartel drug dealer.
How would you know? Because you just left their fucking house. Oh my God. What is wrong with these people?
James.
All right, James. That's enough for you tonight. You need to go sober up a little bit. Even though he's on something, he still could be talking the truth. You're so sweet, Ratui. You're a very kind person. I don't think he's talking any truth. I mean, there could be. I think he is. I don't know. Sometimes they are speaking some truth in there, but I think he needs to simmer down a little bit and work on the bowl cut and, out of that uniform. Cartel lawyer Walter Nash. The sheriff did come looking for him. That's a viral clip, yeah. He's a fucking drug dealer, man. So am I. Peace, peace. So, all right, guys. Much love, everyone. I'll see you guys in a little bit. 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's on JLRs. Yeah. Love you guys.